Good evening, esteemed professionals. It's me, Porcelain Doll. Thank you for joining us for a an unplanned stream tonight. Or maybe it's just a stream that's 12 hours late. Maybe it's that. What's the schedule? I don't know her. Anyway, in any case, hope y'all are doing good. Hope your Tuesday's been good. We are starting our New Game Plus playthrough of Stormblood tonight, which I'm very, very excited for because it has been a hot second since I played through Stormblood, and I went through it very, very quickly the first time around. So, we're going to do what we do with all of our X packs. We're going to watch the trailer up front, and then we're going to kind of jump into it and go from there. So, I think that without further ado, we're gonna get that pulled up. Get that pulled up and started so that we can start doing the whole Stormblood thing. Anyway. Do I know how to play video games? I do, probably. Alrighty. We did our ad break up at the top, so we should be good. We are going to play the Stormblood demo. Let's do it. This is a very fun trailer, too. Also, I have the blood orange tea that won the poll, technically, so I'm gonna be drinking that while this plays. I've fought on that hand before. In a very different capacity, but, you know. Also, it's my girl! Hi, Elise, you're great! I wish your expansion was a little better. I'm so sorry. I have very weird recollections of this trailer, because like, I distinctly remember watching it when it dropped, but I was not actively playing 14 at the time, so I had like zero context for who any of these characters were. It's like, cool trailer. I don't know what's going on in it. Because like, I had started during Realm Reborn, but then I fell off real hard. And didn't come back to it till later. So this trailer did such a good job of making Monk look cool as hell. From what I remember of this expansion, we're gonna get some real good highs and then some very interesting lows. But I'm excited for it. That was the first melee DPS I got to max level. Had a lot of fun with Samurai. Also, the expansion theme is just real good. And now we also get, yeah, we get the Stormblood title theme, hell yes. I haven't actually seen this before. Well, this is real neat, actually. I do like that. Ooh, neat. Cat, that's me. Hello, Absol. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for the head pats. Much appreciated. Alrighty, let's get logged in. Why is there a queue? It's a Tuesday night. I mean, I know why. It's because the Rising event is going on, and also there's the Moogle event, but... Turns out this video game's popular, shockingly. Anyway, hope you're doing well, Absol. I know it's a later than usual stream for me tonight, but... Okay. Pretty sure we want to be over in Mordona for this to start out our New Game Plus, so... I'm gonna go warp away from my home. My beautiful house. So let me just make sure that I have my audio at the right... Okay, we're good. We Gucci. What was I doing? I was remembering things. Yes, there we go. Okay. New Game Plus. I don't think... Yeah, we will not be doing the... We won't be doing the Alliance raids, but after we do the base storyline, we will be doing the Omega raids, because those are things that I really want to revisit. And they're very important story-wise, so we'll be doing those. Okay. Stormblood Part 1. With the vaunted warrior of light marching beside them, the men and women of the Eorzean Alliance prepare to liberate Alamigo, a land conquered by the Garlean Empire 20 years ago. Meanwhile, in the Far East, the freedom fighters of the fallen nation of Doma struggle to rekindle the fires of hope in their countrymen. Let's get us started. Beyond the Great Wall.
The question is, how will the Empire respond to the disappearance of Omega and the Primal?
How you doing, Alfino?
Oh, I didn't see you there. Forgive me.
Hello, woman.
Word from Baelsar's wall is proving long in the coming, and my mind cannot help but stray to grim places.
Can I help you, sir? Oh, Jataru's here.
Alphino, a message from the Alliance.
It's about time. Pray summon the others at once.
Yes, sir.
I don't know that Moomin's gonna want to, like, full-on chill with us, but he's here in the room. So, you know.
General Uldin reports that his forces have secured the breach in Baelsar's wall.
Oh, good.
And what of the Primal and Omega?
Good
There is
question.
still no sign of either at this time. He writes that they will begin a more thorough investigation shortly. And, as expected, he wishes to petition the aid of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
That's us.
As expected.
I'm one of those.
The Alliance's decision to capture a part of Baelsar's wall is open to interpretation.
Moomin, what are you doing, sir? Hey,
The
hey,
wall
hey, hey.
serves to demarcate Imperial
Absolutely
territory,
not near the
Alamigo
HDMI
included, from
cables,
the rest
please.
of
Thank
Eorzea.
you.
To an observer, the Alliance's actions
Aye,
could be seen
my
as
child.
a prelude to invasion.
Indeed.
He
And the
loves to
Alliance
commit
leaders
crimes,
have no
is the
wish to
thing.
be branded invaders.
You're saying they won't fight for Alamigo? Even after everything that's happened?
Not without the consent of her people, no. Make no mistake, Lys. The Alliance is in complete agreement that the Empire must be purged from Eorzea. However, they will not set foot in Gyr Abania until they have formally secured the consent and cooperation of the Alamigan opposition.
We sure do love
They
politicking.
would have us act as intermediaries.
Precisely. The Scions are uniquely qualified to serve in this capacity.
Okay,
That
we're
is
good.
to say, Lys's, given her personal connection to the Resistance.
Yeah, I get to go on a road trip with our
Who
girlie.
better than you to broker an agreement between the Alliance and the people of Alamigo? Assuming you are willing, of course.
Of course I am. You know I'd like nothing more.
As for who should accompany you on said diplomatic mission, I had a mind to volunteer myself.
Nope. You stay home. We're taking
Well,
Alizé.
that covers the talking part. But you just know there'll be trouble along the way. Are you available?
Always. As if you have to ask.
Thanks. It means a lot knowing you'll be there.
I too shall accompany you. Such endeavors are seldom hampered by a surfeit of healers.
Good point. Allow me to offer my services as well.
I have spent quite enough
I
time here
forgot
of
that
late, so
Kryle
I'll
came
be
along
coming.
with us.
But we will need someone to keep an eye on things.
I did not
I
remember
trust you have
that.
no objections.
None, my lady. Gladly shall I continue to serve as caretaker of the Waking Sands, and there keep watch for signs of primal and Ascian activity both.
As capable as my learned friend undoubtedly is, there are some troubles that may prove too much for a single scion, on account of which I mean to stay.
It is settled then. Let us each see to our preparations.
Oh yeah, we got a new quest theme too. Speak with Elfino. Can do.
Ready, my friend?
Yes.
Well then. Tataru, I leave the rising stones in your capable hands.
Don't worry, Alphino. I'll see that the place is still standing when you come back.
From what I remember of this expansion, this is where they really start to lean into, like, giving you dialogue choices for cutscenes to kind of flesh out your character, which I really, really enjoy. We will get plenty of that in the coming expansions as well.
Mistress Y'shtola has unfolded all. You are bound for Gyr Abania?
Aye. The Alliance would have us make contact with the Alamigan resistance as soon as possible.
It begins then. As soon it shall in Doma, if the gods are good. 'Tis but a pity it must be now. I am sorry that we shall not be present to fight beside you in the battles to come.
You have stood with us countless times, Lady Yugiri. Pray do not apologize.
Then let us thank you instead. You and yours stood with us from the first, when we came to this land as refugees in search of sanctuary. Loath am I to think what might have become of my people, had you not extended to us the hand of friendship. We will never forget. This I solemnly swear.
You're very welcome, Yugiri.
Much has changed since first you set foot on these shores. Revenant's toll stands as a testament to that. I'm sure your people will manage in your absence.
Indeed. They have built a new home for themselves and no longer need me to shepherd them. The time has come for Kozetsu and I to return to our master, to our home.
I know how you feel. It's time I went home too.
Though our battlefields be 1,000 mounds apart, our purpose is one. That all men hearken to the clarion call of freedom, of liberation, from Eorzea to the far east, that they may rise up and cast down the curse of Garlemald.
I love Kosetsu so much.
Take care, you hear me?
What a good dude.
When all of this is over, we're going to celebrate. Together. Just you wait.
I should like that very much. Fare you well.
Hi, hi, come to lurk for the best duo. Excellent. Hello, Sage. Welcome, welcome. Enjoy your lurk. We got a desert to go visit. A 1,000 moms apart yet united in purpose. Let us pray both our endeavors meet with success. Shall we then? Wait, wait, not just yet. I knew I'd forgotten something important. Lise, could you come with me? Me? What, now? Alright then, if you insist. Oh. New outfit time? Hell yes! I love her Stormblood fit. Excellent. What do you think? Time for a new drip, yeah! As you can see, I designed it to be light and loose, an outfit tailor-made to the needs of a skilled fighter like Lise. Your work never ceases to impress. Much more of this, and I may have to stop introducing you as the Scion's receptionist and start referring to you as our preeminent seamstress. It's lovely, Tataru. Thank you. I feel like I could take on a legion. I'm glad you like it. And with that, I'll delay you no longer. Safe travels. Then onward to Girabanya. Our first step will be at Amarise's spire in the East Shroud. Alrighty. Time to head to the East Shroud. It's nice and sunny. We don't have Odin weather. All are present and accounted for. When you are ready, my friend, pray inform the officer that we wish to proceed into Girabanya. Hi, we want to go. Ah, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. We were told to expect you. Shall I summon someone to escort you to the wall? Proceed to Castrum Oriens? Yes. Yes, we will. Zone intro time, let's go.
I remember crossing the border, standing in Girabania once more. Me and my fellow scions, the warrior of light among us. Behind us, Baelsar's wall cutting the land in two. Freedom on one side, tyranny on the other. Tyranny and the promise of a new beginning. But one that could only be bought with flames and blood.
So much blood. A veritable storm of it. Stormblood! Let's go, baby! Hey, Raban! How you doing, my man? Greetings, Scions. On behalf of the Eorzean Alliance, I welcome you to Castrum Oriens. Thank you, General. We were relieved to hear that your forces secured the wall without incident. Have the Imperials made any attempt to retake the Castrum since then? None. Save for a few skirmishes between our scouts and their patrols, we've had barely any contact with them. But we all know it's only a matter of time before things escalate. As if attacking Baelsar's wall weren't enough, Ilberd summoned a primal right on their doorstep, and Garlemald is not like to let such shows of defiance go unanswered. It was a declaration of war, even if it was not Ilberd's to make, and now we are bound by it, for weal or for woe. The Scions stand ready to serve, General. What would you ask of us? As stated in my message, the Alliance will not proceed without the support and cooperation of the Alamegan people. We would have you serve as our emissaries and make contact with the Resistance. Consider it done, General. We won't let you down, I swear. Then I'll leave you to it. Godspeed. Ha! Of all the Castra in the world, you walk into mine. Master Garland, what brings you here? A certain missing Allagan weapon and draconic primal. Omega and Shinryu, I think the shinobi called it? Anyway, we've been studying their trail of destruction, hoping it might lead us somewhere, which it has singularly failed to do. And 'tis like Omega fell to the earth in occupied territory, meaning it may already be in Imperial hands. Even so, it bears repeating that we engage the stasis systems. Assuming the command was received and executed successfully, the weapon will be of no use to them. Assuming. We should hurry up and find it regardless. All the more reason to reach out to the Resistance. If we want to press on into Girabania, we'll need their blessing. Everyone's counting on us. Let's not waste any more time talking. Who's ready to waste more time talking? I love you, Stormblood quest complete theme. Lise takes the lead. As you've probably heard, there are plenty of factions in the Resistance, so I'm taking us to see the one with the most influence. Their headquarters are located in a place called Ralger's Reach, an old temple to the east of here, across the Velodina River. I learned a route that should allow us to avoid Imperial patrols. Stick with me and we'll be there before you know it. Follow Lise. Can do. Still with me? Good. From here, we'll head northeast towards the river. The water's not too deep, so we won't have to swim. Oh, right. There is some swimming in this expansion. That is correct. How we doing, Lise? I don't see any soldiers. Good. Let's cross. You're wondering about the tower to the south? Not that we can see much of it from here, but... Oh, there we go. It's just a little foggy. It's part of Castellum Velodina. That's what the Imperials decided to call the old bridge after they fortified it. I call it a great big eyesore. Honestly, you can see that rotten banner from absolutely miles away. They never miss a chance to rub our noses in it, do they? Come on, we should keep moving. As is tradition, anytime we get into a new zone, it's gotta be foggy or cloudy in some capacity. Wait here. On the other side of this pass is Rhalgr's Reach. So you say, but all I see are rocks. I presume there is some sort of trick to this? Indeed. A glamour. Good eye, Y'shtola. I take it they have a talented mage in their ranks, or mayhap an artificer trained in the modification of glamour prisms. Something like that. The important thing is that it fools the Garleans. Oh, before we go in, I don't know if Tataru told you, but my friend Nago, the messenger who came to the Rising Stones, is a member of this faction. So they know us, and they shouldn't attack us on sight. That said, they can be a bit jumpy, so let me lead the way, and don't go reaching for your weapons or anything. Sometimes you go mew meow, but other times you go meow mew. This is true, Abso. And with a sprinkle of demasking dust, all is laid bare. Enter Rhalgr's Reach. Can do. It's good to have the choice. Agreed. Love this hub city.
I remember the old stories. How the Breaker of Worlds came down from on high and cleft the earth with a single blow. Rhalgr's Reach. A holy place, and a fitting home for the Resistance. For the brave and the true. The loyal sons and daughters of Alamigo.
Is it as, like, grand or impressive as Ishgard? No,
For us there.
but I do love Rhalgr's
Men
Reach
and
quite a
women
bit.
Whose souls still cried out for what was lost. For what could be ours again.
Hi, Minago! Love that girl. You'll forgive us our precautions, but we couldn't be sure who had crossed the barrier. We see you now for who you are, though. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn. The promise of a new beginning. Now, I know you would not have come all this way unless you had something important to discuss, and I'm eager to hear what it is you have to say. But let's not do this on our doorstep, eh? Come with me. Oh, fitting. Love that my Mount Roulette gave me Ixion as we're starting Stormblood.
Allow me to welcome you once more to Rauger's Reach, our humble headquarters. My name is Conrad Kemp, and I have the dubious honor of overseeing operations here.
Oh, ad starting in about a minute, chat.
It is a pleasure to meet you, Master Kemp. I am Alphino Leveilleur of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, as are my comrades. Before I speak of our purpose here, pray allow me to thank you for sheltering Ida. Forgive me, Lise.
Oh, thank you for the hydrate redeem, Mika. Much appreciated.
Yourselves.
No, there's no need for that. They risk their necks for us enough times. 'Twas the least we could do.
I wanted to, I mean, about the mask and...
Don't fret over that.
Oh,
You're not the
girly.
first person to take up arms against the Empire under a false name. We'd do the same if we had any sense. My condolences for your loss, child.
Papalimo laid down his life to save us, to give us a chance to make a better future for ourselves. There will never be a better time to drive the Garleans from our lands. But we have to take the lead on this. We can't leave it to fanatics like Ilberd.
More than a few of our people were taken in by his promises. Followed him all the way to the wall. Good men and women who never came back. When Monago told us what had happened, how the bastard had made sacrifices of them for his twisted ritual, by Rolger it filled me with an unholy fury. But what's done is done. Best we can do now is see that it wasn't all in vain.
That is why we are here today, sir, to see that some good comes of this tragedy. On behalf of the Eorzean Alliance, we do hereby extend a formal offer of military assistance to the Alamegan resistance.
Let's go.
Do you
Revolutionary
now?
expansion.
Well, go on then. I'm sure there's more to it than that.
I mean, yes. Yes, there is.
So that's the way of it, eh? The Alliance, hoping to avoid a direct confrontation with the superior forces of the Empire, wishes to engage them by proxy with our vastly inferior ones.
Unfortunately,
My comrades
yes.
and I must confer on your proposal. A moment, if you please.
Of course, Master Kemp. Take all the time you require.
Alfino not reading anything from that message, just being like, yeah, we're good. Just talk it over. A haven for the bold. So, it would seem we find ourselves with a surfeit of free time. Ah, forgive me. You are free to look around Rauger's Reach. In fact, I would encourage you to do so. It'll give you a better grasp of our current circumstances. Thank you, Master Kemp. I believe we will do just that. Let us make the most of this opportunity and assess the Resistance's capabilities. Free to poke our noses wheresoever we will, eh? I like the sound of that. Why is sleeping so hard? Sometimes it be difficult. Well, I already know this place inside out. I can show you around if you like dragon fruit. Great, let's get started. Time to tour the Reach. I'll bet you think the Resistance is mostly made up of Alamegan Highlanders like me, but the truth is that we don't even account for half. We've got Hellsguard from all the way over by the Spine in here, and plenty of Seekers of the Sun like Nago. There's even some Beastmen, well, Beast women, I suppose, like that one over there. She's an Ananta. They've been with us for a while now. Just talking about the Snake Lady over there. Well, one of the smaller factions has. The rest won't have anything to do with us. We're no different from the Garleans to them. They keep to themselves, spending all their time crafting. Ananta make the most amazing jewelry, by the way. They use magics to twist metal and crystals into shapes you wouldn't believe. It's a pity people hardly ever get to see their work, but then most don't even know they exist. That's enough about them anyway. Let's take a closer look at the statue of Rhalgr, shall we? Yes, let's. It's a very big statue. Pretty awe-inspiring, isn't it? The Breaker of Worlds, who guided our ancestors to these lands all those centuries ago. Ida used to tell me the story on stormy nights. She wanted me to understand, to remember. At the end of the 5th Astral Era, when the waters rose higher and higher, people all across Eorzea beseeched the heavens for a sign. And lo, a burning star appeared in the eastern sky and led the way to those mountains of Girabania. They who were saved by his grace pledged to honor and revere him, to devote themselves to great works without and within. A storm of blood approaches fast, hell's open, heavens weep, for no one's soul doth lie beyond the measure of his reach. The last part was inscribed on this stone by a monk of the Fist of Rhalgr. Ida explained it to me. A day will come bringing strife and sorrow that none may escape. Waste not these precious hours, but in quiet preparation make strong the body and mind. I don't know if that storm of blood is finally upon us, but if it is, I have to believe that everything we've been through, everything that has led us to this point, will see us through in the end. Sorry, that was all a bit melodramatic, wasn't it? Let's keep moving, shall we? Off to the infirmary. Yeah, enough melodrama. Let's go look at the sick members of the Resistance. And the injured. This is the infirmary, as you can probably tell. Here's where the Resistance healers patch up the wounded and tend to the sick. No matter how carefully we planned our operations, casualties were inevitable. It's a sad thing to think about, but it's also important to remember the cost, as Conrad would say. We should go. I'll show you the Aetheryte Plaza next. When you've seen one Aetheryte, you've seen them all, right? Not quite. This one's an older design, dating back decades, to when the Fist of Rolgar was still here. It may look a little different, but it works just as well as any other. I'll show you where the Sutlers are next, but don't forget to attune to the Aetheryte before we go. Way ahead of you, girlie. I did that several years ago. Arms, armor, potions, you name it, these folks have got it. The Resistance would be in a bad way without brave merchants to keep it provisioned. If you're short on anything, or you need something repaired, these are the people to speak to. Oh, Alfino and Alize are here. Why don't we see how they're getting on? A bargain struck. What you up to, Alize? Come to take the measure of our friendly neighborhood merchants? They're a bold lot, that much is plain. If the Imperials found out they were peddling their wares to the Resistance, they would be lucky to escape with their lives. 'Tis a gamble, aye, and I admire their courage, but their motives could hardly be said to be altruistic. Ah, here you are. I've been looking all over for you. We've finished discussing your proposal and we're ready to receive you all back at the tent. I've sent someone to fetch Y'shtola and Kryl, so if you'd like to follow me... Surely it will only be good things.
Thank you all for waiting. We have reached a consensus.
Do tell.
I, Conrad Kemp, do hereby accept the Eorzean Alliance's proposal. You must understand, however, that our cooperation comes with certain caveats.
Those caveats being...
Maybe actually help with the fighting.
I take no joy in this, just so you know. Were it within my power, I'd offer you more assistance. But the Resistance is far more fragmented than you realize. The men and women in my care belong to but one of many factions. Simply put, I can only speak for the people of Rolgar's Reach.
Yeah, so we gotta go unite the Alliance then,
No.
clearly.
I have every intention of appealing to the others, and I expect many will agree. But it will take time, and I cannot guarantee universal support.
Understood. I shall see that the Alliance is under no misapprehensions as to your position.
Much obliged. But that's not the whole of it. As you can imagine, the loss of those who cast their lot with the Griffin left us short on numbers. Some of our most trusted veterans died at the wall, and we've had to fill their posts with the young and inexperienced. Frankly, everything's in a right bloody mess.
I'm sorry to hear that, Conrad.
Oh, we'd be more than happy to help you get back on your feet. If we're going to work together, we'll be doing ourselves a favor.
Well, there's no shortage of work to be done, that's for sure. We're in dire need of new blood, too.
Y'shtola and I could lend a hand in the infirmary. From what I saw, they could do with a few more healers.
Very well. I, for my part, shall return to the Rising Stones. I'm certain there are others among the Scions who would welcome the opportunity to fight for Alamegan liberation.
We're gonna help Lise with whatever she's doing.
Is there anything else we can do to help?
I had something else in mind for you lot. Monargo and Mefrid will tell you more.
Oh, good.
Understood. We won't let you down.
Right then. Monaco and Mefrid are to be our keepers. Knowing not of what they require, one task is as good as the other. Make your choice, Dragonfruit. Okay, we will have to do both quest lines. Do Mefrid's first, so that we get to deal with Monago later. A familiar face forgotten. At the risk of repeating myself, it's still hard for me to believe that we'd meet again here of all places. Though I reckon you probably don't remember me after all this time, eh? Of course I remember you. You're from Quarry Mill. I'm impressed. Given everything you went on to accomplish, you'd be forgiven for forgetting all about your time in Quarry Mill. Suffice it to say, we didn't forget about you either, nor the lives you saved. As for me, I went to Little Alamigo while Galen was recovering. Gundabald was my former commander and an old friend, and I had a lot on my mind. In the end, I decided to disband our unit. I told the men to live their lives as they saw fit. Some chose to remain in Little Alamigo, and others went to Ul'dah for work. But, as you can see, I chose to come back to Girabania and join Conrad and the others. I've kept busy since then, ferrying people and provisions across the border and back. It's not been easy, but it's been fulfilling. Today, however, we'll be heading east into the peaks. Conrad thinks we might have luck finding new recruits in the village of Alagana. Alagana? If you're going there, you're taking me with you. Ah, that's right. You're from Alagana, aren't you, Lise? By all means, we'd welcome the company. There'll be more to it than just asking around, but we can talk about it on the way. Make your preparations and meet me by the tunnel to the peaks. We are already off to our second zone of the expansion. This tunnel will take us all the way to the peaks. We're on a mission for Conrad to Alagana. Clear the barricade if you would. Aye, sir. Shouldn't take more than a moment. There are more villages there than out here, but also more Imperials keeping a close eye on things. We'll need to tread carefully. Journey into the peaks.
I remember the peaks of Girabania, silent watchmen that would stand long after we were gone. We came seeking allies to join us in the fight against the Empire. People who had had enough. People who had suffered every possible indignity. Who had been treated like animals, day after day after day.
Not the happiest of zones, that's for sure. We've a glamour in place here too, as you may have noticed. So far as the Imperials are concerned, this is not more than a testament to the savage impulses of a lesser race. Remember though, once we leave these ruins, we'll have no glamours to conceal us. The village is to the east. Keep watch for patrols as we move. Follow my Fred. Can do. nary an Imperial in sight. That's a mercy. Alagana's due east, past that bridge. Follow me. It's not much further. Those are some big old grasshoppers. Don't love it. You can rest easy. We made it. This is Alagana. It feels strange coming home like this. I always imagined it would be... Oh, sorry. That has nothing to do with why we're here. We need recruits. Aye, we do. But as I said back at the Reach, it's a little more complicated than just asking for volunteers these days. As you know, we're shorthanded because many of our people were taken in by the Griffin's promises and went to the Wall never to return. It wasn't just them, though. Folks from all over, including some of my former comrades, answered his call to arms. As for why we came to this particular village, it's rumored that Alagana lost a few youths as well. If there's truth to that, then there could be others sympathetic to the cause. Then again, after the Griffin's betrayal, they may be suspicious of outsiders claiming allegiance to the Resistance, and rightfully so. So, with all that in mind, how are we supposed to convince them to join? I mean, I knew it wouldn't be as simple as giving a speech in the village square. Not if you didn't want the place to be burned to the ground, no. You might as well piss in the Viceroy's eye. We'll need to be a good deal more circumspect than that. You'll never know when an Imperial spy is listening. We must speak with the Elder first. I know for a fact he can be trusted. We'll listen to what he has to say and decide what to do after. Sounds like a plan. Let's hope there are still some brave men and women here willing to fight. We might get introduced to a certain character here rather than in Minago's quest. Raganfrid, the village elder, is over by the shore. No time like the present. Let's have a word. Hi, will you send us some able-bodied people to maybe die in a resistance war? Don't know you, traveler. You a merchant? You'll not find much custom here. Greetings and well met, Elder, and sincerest apologies that I did not send word ahead of our arrival. Too long have I been away from Alagana, and I would know of your recent troubles. Ah, you are comrades of Mefrid. I see, I see. Speak on, though I suspect I know your purpose. The Griffin came with many men and left with many more. Such is the rumor. Is it true? He lit a fire in their hearts and then dangled a dream before their tired eyes. And now you come to steal away what few remain. The Griffin was a traitor and a madman, and we had no part in his schemes. We have made an agreement with the Alliance. This time it will be different. This time, cold comfort to the dead and the ones they left behind. How much more must we give before you've had your fill? But surely you hate the Empire as much as we do. They took our lands, our traditions, even our god. And they demand a fifth of what little we've got left. Aye, I hate the bastards, with every fiber of my being. But hate's not enough, Mefrid. We can't keep doing this. I'll not tell anyone you came, but you need to go. Now. Leave us be and never return. You've got no right to speak to us like that. I've got a quarry that was producing barely enough to keep us fed, and that was before half our young men and women went off to die for your bloody cause. So yes, I've got every right to tell you to leave my village. No, you don't, because it's my village too. My home. What in the hells are you on about? Wait, I know those eyes. You're one of Curtis's girls. Lise Hext. And I'm here to take back my homeland. By Rhalgr, the last time I saw you, I didn't even know if you were still alive. And I never thought you would come. I almost didn't. And my sister never will. Lots of others won't either, and that's why we've got to carry on the fight. You even sound like him. As you say, I've got no right to tell you to leave. Alagana is as much your home as it is mine. But I say to you again, we can give no more. Yes, I heard you the first time. Let's go. That could have been handled better, but what's done is done. At least we've been granted permission to stay. I was hoping Reganford might help us to recruit some of his people, but that clearly isn't going to happen. If we're to convince any of them to join, we'll first need to regain their trust. It's risky, and it's hardly subtle, but I say we approach the villagers directly. See what problems they've got, and if we can do anything to help. Makes sense to me. But let's split up and ask around. What do you got for us, Griseldis? Hard country. You'd best keep your distance if you know what's good for you. Say your piece and move on. Looking for folks down on their luck. Congratulations, you've found one. As you can see, my leg ain't what it used to be. Some days I can hardly walk for the pain. Mornings are the worst, especially after cold nights. Hard labor's right out, too much pain and trouble for others. There's a tea what helps with it, though. I'd need to grind a chapuli horn and a hornbill talon for the blend. Sure, I can go do that. Hey, you'll go and get some for me just like that. You needn't trouble yourself so. No, it's good. I'm good at murdering things for materials. I take great pride in it as an adventurer. Okay, we killed a weird grasshopper. Now we just gotta kill a weird bird. Perfect. We did so good. We are the best at problem solving. I too will go to war for someone after they get me my tea ingredients. Hi, Griseldis. You've been gone a while. What brings you back to Alagana? I was gone for like 3 minutes, please. Chapuli horn. Makes a fine medicinal tea when ground into a fine powder and mixed with other ingredients. Same thing for the hornbill talon. Oh, I never meant to. I mean, in times like these, you never think people will actually... This country's hard on people, but it's not just that. The Imperials, they They've made it known I'm not to be helped. A dead man's good for one lesson, you know, whereas a live one... You're with the Resistance, right? I suppose there's no reason not to tell you then. My father, God's rest his soul, was deathly sick at the time, and so I'd gone out into the forest, spear in hand, to gather herbs, and then I had the good fortune to run into an Imperial patrol. My weapon marked me as a rebel, or so they said. Not that it'd have made a difference if I fought back. I knew what the lot of them were about the moment that Centurion laid eyes on me. Didn't matter in the end, of course. Some people just like to hurt others. And by the time I limped back to the hut, it was too late for my father. Too late for me too, I and many others, I imagine. Help them too if you like. They'll be grateful and say thank you, but beyond that, I wouldn't hope for much. Death by 1,000 rocks. A new face in Alagana. What would you ask of me then? Also ad starting in about a minute, chat. A stranger and a generous soul besides. Bollocks. There's not more suspicious than a good Samaritan. On the other hand, if you were an Imperial agent, I expect you'd go about your business with more discretion. Bugger me, you really are here to help, aren't you? Very well. I'll take you up on your offer, stranger. My little brother's working the rocks by Grim and Enid. He's got something for me. Can you go and get it? Absolutely. Right then. Frightened Curl is his name. Ask him for the leftovers. He ought to understand. Oh man, he's way out there, huh? That's fine. We will go. At least the night sky's a little clearer. Frightened girl? Where you at? Here for the leftovers, are you? Not like my brother to send someone in his stead, but so be it. It's all in the sacks over yonder. They're bleeding heavy, mind, so be careful when you pick them up. Unconscionably heavy sacks. Hey man, we got your bag. That apparently weighs like 700 pounds. We did so good. We helped out the townspeople. You know, important. In the middle of an Imperial-occupied territory. Ah, the new face. You have my leftovers? Unconscionably heavy sacks. You load 10 and 6 tons, what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. I owe my soul to the company store. Huh, well I'll be. You actually went and brought this whole lot. Much obliged, much obliged. It's saltpeter for making fire sand, in case you're curious what it's all for. The rocks by the lakes have got good deposits. It ain't hard for my brother to pass for any other plodding quarryman, all the while sweeping bits and pieces off to the side, to bundle up and sell to the sutlers what trade with the resistance. It's a living, and a way of fighting back besides. Our way of spitting in the Garlean's eyes for putting our father in an Imperial uniform and shipping him off to some faraway province 15 years ago. Don't know if he's dead or alive, even. Though if he were alive, he'd not be long for this world if we were caught fighting for the Resistance, so this is the best we can do. That's the long and the short of it. We do what we can, though we know it's not enough. I think you'll find that most folks here ain't much different. Everybody's got a reason, but in the end, the result is the same. I suppose I just wanted you to know, is all. That we know why you're here, and that even if we can't join you, we wish we could. I agree, Moomin. A life more ordinary. Ah, there you are, Dragonfruit. I've been trying to help the villagers deal with this food shortage of theirs. Recently, the Imperials have been swooping into villages unannounced and seizing supplies in order to prevent the people from stockpiling, in case they might be in league with the Resistance. It's not much, but I've taught them a few tricks to better hide what little they've got left. How's Lise getting on, by the way? You'd think people would be more inclined to trust a local girl, assuming they remember her, that is. Lise, how's it going? No, I didn't mean to. And where were you these past 20 years? Where were you when we were being ground under the Black Wolf's boot? On the other side of his bastard wall, living the high life, I'll wager. That's not fair. And what's this? Another one of your freedom-loving friends deigning to help us poor unfortunate souls? Trying to whip us into a frenzy so we'll go and storm a castrum with our pickaxes and shovels? Leave, all of you, before you bring a cohort down on us all. And you, don't you dare speak like you're one of us. You can't even begin to understand what we've been through. You weren't here, Lise. You weren't here. This is my home, and I love it with all my heart. And if you truly have any love for it too, you'll keep us out of your doomed rebellion. Yeah, Moomin. He has a point. No matter what I say or do, it doesn't change the fact I left them behind. But this isn't about me or anyone else. It's about Alamigo. Let's go and find Mefrid. Hi, Moomin. Yeah, are you gonna be good? You tell him, Moon. He's got much to say. And no, you're not going to commit crimes. Thank you. I'm sorry, my man. That's not allowed today. You're not slick. Looks like the Elder wasn't the only one unwilling to hear us out. Can't blame them, given what happened at the wall. I thought I might be able to appeal to them as a fellow... I don't know. But if anything, it just made them angrier. I haven't lived through it like they have. I can't claim to know the struggle like they do either, Lise. I ran too, aye, but if I hadn't, I'd have never met Dragonfruit or the rest of you, and we might not be here today in a position to make a difference. So I don't regret my choices, nor will I apologize to them. There's more than one way to fight. Oh. Help! Someone! Anyone! We need help! I don't like the sound of that one bit. Come on. Where Krata, the Tributum, and the bloody Ratmen, they... Damn it all. You there. Take a deep breath and then tell us what happened. It was all business as usual. The Tributum's due soon, and we were taking it to the Imperials when the Kikiran attacked. They took my brother and our money. Took him where? Ruins to the south of here. was just an old temple before they came, and... Listen, Warkrata's the only family I've got left. If I lose him, The Ziggurat. If the Ratmen took him there, he's as good as dead. We've got to get after them. If there's even a chance her brother is still alive, we have to try. Yeah, what do you gotta say to us, cynical youth? You're right, Lise. We've got to help them. If not for the missing man, then for the tributum. The Garleans won't suffer excuses if they're late. The color of angry Kikirin. So Warkrata is being held somewhere in the Ziggurat to the south, which has been overtaken by a horde of Kikirin bandits. That about covers it then. Be prepared for a fight. They may not be the most challenging foes, but there's sure to be a lot of them. It's weird that we never really got a ton with the Kikirin outside of, like, the handful that we see in Lenosha, and also these ones. Hello? Please let me go. I'm begging you, I don't want to die. Oh. That's a good thing to hear. Hear that? I think it came from the top of the Ziggurat. Oh, wonderful. Who dares come to loot our man-flesh? Ours to eat. Ours to eat. We knew it'd come to this. Kill them quick before they alert the others. Oh, good. Alright, y'all. Y'all are making some poor choices. See? That's why you don't do that. You and your weird little glowy red eyes. There will be no meat gnashing today, thank you. By Rolger, what did I ever do to deserve this? I've gone to bed hungry for months, I'm skin and bones. I'd hardly make a snack, much less a meal. It's okay, buddy, you're good. We got you. Oh, you found him. Wait, are you here to rescue me? Your sister sent us. It's gonna be all right. My sister? Oh, Rolger, be praised she's safe, and you. You lot fought your way in here just for me. To think there are still good, brave folk in this world. We should go before the Kikirin return in force. Do you still have the tributum? Oh, gods, the tributum. The Imperials will be wondering where I am. I have to go. What, right now? In your condition? You don't understand. We were given a warning last month for being short. If I don't make it in time, there's no telling what will happen to me and my sister. I'm glad we saved him, but seeing him run off like that, I've got a bad feeling about this. Oh. Oh, it's time. The Black Wolf's pups. Listen, Dragonfruit, Mefrid, I think we need to go after Warkrata. Wait. You'd better not be thinking of stopping him. You heard what he said. If they don't pay one way, they'll pay another. I know that. I do. And I don't want to interfere. I just want to see that he makes it there safely. If that's the sum of it, then fine. Let's head down and see if we can't pick up his trail. Chocobo feather. In the dirt, you spy a chocobo feather. Any luck? Yes. A chocobo feather, is it? Aye, by my reckoning it came from where Crada's bird, in which case... There's a collapsed bridge just around the bend. Hug the rocks and stick to the shadows. We'll find him soon enough. Any minute now, I expect he'll come thundering around the bend and... Hear that? Get to cover quickly now. Oh, it's time to meet the character I am the most normal about. I'm very...
Are they Imperials?
very good about this.
Worse. Skulls. Listen, Lise. Whatever happens, stay hidden and do not
Very normal.
intervene.
Uh-huh.
Understood?
She is... for me? Question mark?
You there! Halt! You know you shouldn't be here. Explain yourself.
Forgive me, sir. I came to deliver the tributum.
Oh, aye. A likely story. Only a fool would dare to come so late. Or, mayhap, a resistance spy.
No, no, you've got it all wrong. I was waylaid by bandits. It's not my fault.
I said halt!
Oh, buddy. Oh.
Is this a joke? You don't seriously expect us to believe this is a fake? How stupid do you think we are?
Oh.
It is, I swear, on my mother's life.
Spare us. You came late, you lied about bandits, and then you tried to cheat the Empire of its due.
Think you can kill them all? Including the ones watching from the tower? Even if you did, others would come for him and his family. You'd be condemning them all to a life of hard labor. Assuming they didn't just execute them, that is.
At least the time for chill is now, please. I get it, girlie. I really do.
But it isn't fair.
Girl, it's an Imperial occupation.
It's your bloody fault we're stuck out here patrolling this god's-forsaken wasteland. It's your fault I have to listen to people go on and on about how Alan Egans can't be trusted. I've worked and toiled harder than any man. I'm a citizen, goddammit! And what are you? A stupid, stubborn little dog who'd sooner bite the hand that feeds him and pine for the good old days.
That's enough! Lord Xenos is expecting our report.
Hi. Hi. Hi, Fortula. Have I mentioned how regular I am about that NPC?
Poor bastard can't believe his luck. He gets to go home. We should do the same.
I'd heard their commander was keen-eyed, but gods, that was a near thing. It tears me up inside to see our own kinsmen doing the bidding of the Viceroy. But they made their choice, and if it comes to it, I'll cut down every last one of them myself. Homeward bound. Orcrata's alive and the tributum's been paid. That's all that matters for now. I, for one, would rather not wait around to see if the skulls decide to return. We'd best get back to Alagana and tell Raganfrid his men got the job done. Hi, we delivered the thing. And also, your villager did not get eaten. We owe you a debt of gratitude for what you did. Orcrata told me everything. How you fought with the Kikiran and saved his life. For all the good it did. We saw what happened when he met with the skulls. How they beat him half to death. We could have stopped them. Aye, I reckon you could. Mefford's a warrior, as is your comrade. And you're strong, like your father. That much is plain. But I thank Rhalgr you did not, because it would not have ended with them. Orcrata and his sister would have been branded insurgents, if not the whole lot of us. Bones heal, scars fade, but the dead remain dead. We're alive, and that's more than can be said for only the gods know how many others. That's enough for you, is it? To put up with whatever they do to you, so long as you get to see another day. That's right. You grit your teeth and you learn to live with the pain. I'll admit I was quick to judge you, Lys, and for that I apologize. I know you and yours mean well, I do. But I'm telling you, Gods in the heavens is my witness that we've got nothing left to give. We can't help you. I understand. Thank you for your honesty. She may say it, but she doesn't mean it. Nor would I expect her to. Her father was stubborn as an ox, too. If she's set on walking the same path, I but pray she won't follow it to the same end. Well, she took it better than I anticipated, which isn't saying much, I suppose. We should go and see if she's all right. How you doing, girly? Sorry about running off like that. Alamegan's terrorizing their own. I just can't accept it, you know? No matter what he thinks, they shouldn't have to put up with it day after day after day. I'm not completely naive, you know. I didn't expect them to storm a castrum with their pickaxes and shovels or whatever it was. But nor did I expect Orcrata to just lie there in the dirt while they kicked him. I can't claim to know their pain. I barely remember this place or even my father's face. But I remember Ida's. I remember how scared she was when we ran, and that look in her eyes when she talked about home. her home, but not mine, is it? There you are, Lise. I've been looking all over for you. Well, you found me. Got something else to say? Aye, that I do. I said some things to you before that I shouldn't have. It wasn't my place to do so, and I'm sorry. All that rubbish I spouted about how I loved my village, but when one of ours was in need, I was cowering here with all the others. I didn't even think to go after Wakata, but you did. Made me feel like the bloody hypocrite I am. If I truly cared for my people, I'd fight for them. So I will, if you'll have me. Hey, a single recruit. You're asking to join the resistance. When you put it like that, I suppose I am. But not just me. There are others I know who've been thinking about it for a while now. There's not many of us, and we're not hardened warriors like you lot, but if your heart bleeds for Alamigo, then that's good enough for me. You and yours are more than welcome at Ralger's Reach. Thank you, sir. You won't regret this. I'll go and speak with the others and send word when we're ready. Still think this isn't your home? No, I was just thinking out loud. And with that, my friends, our mission is concluded. Let us return to the Reach. Back to Ralger's. Gotta remember to use the right expansion tab now that we're teleporting everywhere. First of all, allow me to commend you both on a job well done. Though nothing went according to plan, we nevertheless managed to attract some new recruits. And it was your passion and conviction that moved them to join. Thank you. No, thank you for giving me an opportunity to find out what our people have been through these past 20 years. It's been humbling and troubling, too. I'd heard about the skulls, but that was the first time I'd seen them in the flesh. I know you say they're the same as any other Imperial soldiers, and maybe that's how I'll have to think of them myself if our paths ever cross on the battlefield, but when, not if. That day will come, Lise. You can't afford to hesitate when it does. Young, old, conscript, citizen, Garlean, Alamigan, none of that matters. They've all got their reasons, but they're no better than yours. Especially when they're bearing down on you blade in hand. Saying that, I don't want to kill them any more than you do. If I could convince them to lay down their arms, I would. Sadly, I've never been much of a talker myself, but who knows? Maybe you could be one, Lise. Your father certainly was. Right then. I'd best begin preparing for those new recruits. Dragonfruit, Lise, it's been a pleasure. Alrighty. Now we got the Monago chest quest chain. Quest chain? Quest chain. Quest chain. I speak very good, I promise. A friend of a friend in need. Before we begin, I'd like to thank you and the Scions again for patching me up after I bled all over your floor. I owe you my life, and I won't forget that. Furthermore, it was rude of me to run off without saying a word. It's all well and good me claiming my duties here couldn't wait, but a parting thank you was the very least you deserved. My apologies. And thank you. Now, to business. Commander Kemp's entrusted me with a formal reply to be hand-delivered to the Alliance leadership. It covers everything we discussed, as well as detailing the disposition of our forces. What I need is an escort. 1 or 2 men at most, so we can make it to the wall swiftly and without attracting undue attention. Very well. I shall join you in this. General Aldine commands the forces at Castrum Oriens. It should be simple enough to see it into his hands. Great! That's just what I wanted to hear. When you're ready to depart, meet me at the pass leading out of the Reach. Ad starting in about a minute, chat, just so y'all are aware. Got everything you need? Good. Then let us be off. Speak with Manago and the Fringes. Can do. Quiet. Hear that? That was the ceruleum engine backfiring. Imperials. Hey, gods, you have preternatural senses. I didn't hear a thing. When you grow up hunting in these lands, you learn to discern the sounds that could mean life and death, be they of a predator or a patrol. From what I'm hearing, we have a 7-man patrol augmented with a single Magitech armor. Wide search pattern. Divided into 3 teams. I don't think they know we're here. It's risky, but we should split up and try to take them all by surprise at the same time. We don't want them calling reinforcements. 3 teams, 3 of us. Nothing for it then. Where are they? Head north. You should see them long before they see you. I'll deal with the ones to the south. The armor should just be to the west. Dragonfruit's best equipped to deal with that. We attack in 5. That should be enough time to get in position. Rendezvous on the west bank after. Any questions? No? Then good luck. Hello, Imperials? Magitech armor for me to destroy, perhaps? Bye. We did it. Nago, we killed the dude. Looks like everything went to plan. Not that I'm surprised. The 3 soldiers I faced didn't put up much of a fight. Most of the Imperials we get out here are conscripts from other provinces, with little training and even less conviction. It's grim work killing men and women like that, but don't doubt that they'd do the same to you if the roles were reversed. And don't you dare pity a man in armor. Conscript or no, a soldier piloting one of those can kill a dozen good men in the blink of an eye. Not that I need to tell you that after what happened at the wall. Signed, sealed, to be delivered. Right. I believe we've rested long enough. We should resume our journey before someone notices their missing patrol. We're clear. Only Alliance patrols ahead. You said the forces at Castrum Oriens were under the command of Flame General Rabban al-Din, did you not? By Rhalgr, the Bull of Alamigo himself. I never dreamed I'd have a chance to meet the legend. Yeah, that's the guy. That sure is him. Hi, Rabban. And also Pippin.
It is good to see you again, my friends. I hope you are here to tell me you have made contact with the Resistance.
We sure are.
We are, General. Allow me to introduce Monago of Rhalgr's Reach.
At your service, sir. And may I say what an absolute honor it is to stand before the Bull of Alamigo.
These are not the Blood Sands, girl. You and I are but soldiers on a battlefield fighting for the same cause.
As you say, General. On behalf of Commander Kemp of the Alamigan Resistance, I present to you our formal response.
Monago is so good.
Good. I'm glad we've reached an accord. Though I was not aware you had suffered such losses.
Aye. Some of our finest took part in the Griffin's doomed assault, and we've been struggling to find new recruits ever since. The massacres cast a pall over the whole Resistance, and many who might once have been open to joining us have since thought better of it.
After all of the Griffin's false promises, one can hardly blame them. They have no desire to give their lives for a lost cause.
Yeah, things didn't shake out so great at the wall. Truth be
We will
told.
not lie to them. This is war, and lives will be lost. Yet what we offer is not the fever dream of a madman, but true hope.
The people need proof of this, Father. Let us show it to them. I say we stand shoulder to shoulder with our new allies and engage the Garleans in open warfare. The Resistance must demonstrate that they can hold their own against Imperial regulars. And with our assistance, I am confident they can do just that. If we can achieve even a token victory, I believe it will serve to rekindle the hope of the Alamigan people and inspire them to rise up once more.
The tiny shulk is correct.
Aye. Aye. Once word spread that we'd won a battle against the Garleans, I'd wager we'd have new recruits flocking to us from miles around. The question is, when and where do we strike?
I'm glad you asked. I have a plan.
Do tell, Pippin. Our scouts recently informed me of an interesting development at Castellum Velodina. Namely, the arrival of a shipment rumored to have come from the research and development facilities near the capital, containing prototype Magitech armor. It is our assessment that this armor is to be field tested here, most likely against Alliance forces, mayhap before the day is out. Damn it all, more Magitech weapons? That's the last thing we need. Your concern is not unwarranted, but we needn't despair just yet. The shipment is thought to have contained a single heavy unit and 1 or 2 support units. With a well-laid ambush, we are confident we can destroy them all, hindering their development and delaying future deployment. And should we carry this out as a joint endeavor with the Resistance, they will have their rallying cry. It would mean dropping all pretense about the Alliance not wanting to go to war with the Empire, but you'd have a lot more folk willing to stand up and fight if they knew they weren't alone. And you were gonna have to do it eventually anyway. Exactly. And so what I propose is simple. We harry their patrols to bait them into bringing their prototype weapons to East End, where our resistance allies will take them from behind. Simple indeed, and well within our capabilities. I see no reason to delay, especially if a field test is imminent. What say you? Assuming the Vice Marshal's intelligence is accurate, I agree with his assessment and fully support his plan. I shall notify my comrades at once. Understood. I shall have one of my men bring you the details of the plan anon. And we, for our part, will be fighting with the Alliance, yes? I somehow doubt you are intending to sit this one out. You are correct. I do intend to blow up some machines. Best served with cold steel. We've been careful to avoid needless shows of force this side of the wall, but that's all about to change. And when it does, you may be sure they'll send their new toys out to entertain us. I would ask you to participate in this operation, but from that look I see it as a foregone conclusion. Why thanks. Per Pippin's plan, we need to turn East End into an Imperial graveyard. You're a dab hand at this, and I'd be a fool not to use you. Head to this spot on your map. Right here, aye. A patrol should be along shortly. Deal with them, then rendezvous with the rest of us at this location. Go well, Dragonfruit. Hello, Imperial Patrol? I'm here to make sure you don't come home. Sorry about that. All went to plan then. Good. Our scouts report that a unit escorting the prototype weapon has left Castellum Veladina. The resistance is already in position, so we have but to wait for our guests to arrive. Is this Raban's wall? Or is it a different instance? Oh good, it's Mr. Name Day himself.
Grim for us after Cartano, didn't they? Oh, how they doubted us. Yet here we are, right as rain, with fancy new toys to put through their paces.
Say the line!
It's like all my name days have come at once!
Yay! I'm gonna kick his ass. Hello again.
Well, 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 if it isn't Garland's little troublemaker. I can't wait to see the look on Xenos' face when I bring him your head.
Yeah, good luck with that.
That is, if my secret weapons here don't grind it into mush. Attack!
Okay. Do I remember how to play this game? Probably.
Get after them, damn you!
No slashers.
Now I've got you.
But what if no shitty Magitech dudes? Pretty please. Okay, does not want me attacking that. That's fine. I will keep my attacks on the Magitech prototype. Oh, none of that, please. What if we did? Oh, don't like that.
You'll be weeping blood.
I really won't. I'm good at dodging, is the thing.
Raw Tizona!
Thank you, Raban.
As a raging bull!
Oh, no. Do we do it? He who fights and runs. What the? Who in the hells are you lot? For Alamigo, let none escape. Fuck it up, Nago. No, we do not go together, actually. I win this damn DPS check is what I do. Thank you for the hydrate redeem, so much appreciated. Making sure cat don't die of dehydrate. That was good. I like not dying of dehydration.
Of Magitech design, my arse! I passed harder stools than these piles of scrap. You'll pay for this. Mark my words, the next time we meet will be the last.
You sure about that one? Some tells me that might not be the case.
Aye, run and tell your viceroy. The day belongs to Alamigo! Yeah!
Yeah! We did it! There will be no repercussions for this whatsoever. Well done, all of you. I'd call it resounding success. Can't say I'm surprised. The Bull of Alamigo had an impressive military record before he went west, as I recall. Credit where it's due, Master Kemp. It was Marshal Terrapin who made this plan, and all of you, Resistance and Alliance alike, who carried it out to perfection. Aye, that they did. Not a single casualty, for which I'm grateful beyond words. I have no doubt our comrades back at the Reach will feel the same. As will ours. It's been a pleasure, General. Until the next battle. Monago, I leave the Scions in your care. We shall return to the castrum then. Dragonfruit, Mistress Leveilleur, once more you have my thanks. As Master Kemp said, until the next battle. I'd heard the stories, but to actually see you in action, I almost found myself pitying the Imperials. Seriously, though, it was inspirational. Nah, but you must be tired of hearing that, eh? I'll keep it simple then. Thanks for the help out there. But your heart's filled with pride. Well, there's no reason to remain here any longer. Let's get back to the Reach. Back to Roggers. I think we have one joint operation to plan after all of that, and things will go well, I am sure. You didn't have to take part in the operation, but you did. You went above and beyond what was asked of you without hesitation, and for that we owe you a debt. Our victory may not count for much in practical terms, but its symbolic value can't be overstated. Alliance and Resistance fighters came together to face an Imperial unit equipped with Garlemald's newest weapons, and smashed them. The people will remember this day. Aye, that they will. For it marks the beginning of something far greater than any single victory. The beginning of a campaign by a united Eorzea to drive the Garleans from our lands. Promises and platitudes mean naught without action, but the Alliance took the field and risked their lives for our cause. To think that the last time Gridanian troops trod this soil was more than a century ago during the Autumn War, and that was to defend against our invasion. Ours is a long and bloody history, to be sure, and it gives me heart to see that despite our acrimonious past, we can still come together for the sake of the future. Well said, Commander. Which is why I intend to go from village to village and spread word of our victory and our new alliance. The people will flock to our banners, just you wait and see. Dragonfruit, Alize, I cannot thank you enough for your assistance. Where men go as one. Owing to the efforts of you all, we've accomplished a great deal in a short time. The Resistance thanks you for your service, Scions. I see operations here have been proceeding apace in my absence. Welcome back, brother dearest. I take it your efforts to gather new recruits were successful? Indeed. There were several amongst the Scion's ranks that were quite eager to take part in our joint endeavor with the Resistance, whom I am come to present. Commander Kemp, if I may. My name is Arnvald Lentinus, a half-breed, as you can doubtless tell. That's my boy! I'm here to fight for a free Alamigo. For an Alamigo where women like my mother are never made to suffer. I pray you grant me this honor. You are a true-born son of Giribania, same as me. This is not my honor to grant, but yours to freely take. Welcome, brother. With our swelling ranks and the aid of the Eorzean Alliance and the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, I believe we will soon be in a position to seize the initiative. Once our new recruits have received sufficient training, I will propose to General Aldin that we draw up plans for an assault on Castellum Velodina. Then, in the meantime, we'll make what preparations we can. Oh? Meanwhile, in the royal palace of Alamigo... Oh, good. There he is. That sure is a lot of Garlean standards. It's your boy, Sage.
Alliance forces have occupied Castrum Orients and taken
Hello,
up positions along the
Cookies.
length of the
Welcome,
wall.
welcome.
Our patrols have engaged their reconnaissance parties on site, but there have been no significant exchanges, save one. A unit tasked with field testing prototype Magitech weapons was attacked. The weapons were destroyed, with the unit sustaining near total casualties.
We're about to have a bad time.
Near total.
Stormblood already? Yeah, we started it tonight. Not gonna be able to walk soon. Oh no.
There was but a single survivor from the unit in question, which falls under my command.
Yeah, that's true. We have been moving at like a fairly decent pace throughout it.
They were ambushed by a contingent of Eorzean Alliance regulars, abetted by resistance insurgents.
A simple ambush and only one survivor. A fine day's work. The stubbornness to survive is not without worth. He may live. However, the 12th is no place for the weak.
He shall be relegated at once, my lord.
What a greasy man.
As you say, the 12th is no place for cowards who count their lives more precious than the cause.
Indeed, indeed. We have no need of cowards.
You're moving quite slowly through MSQ, so you expect I'll finish Stormblood patches before you do. I mean, we'll see. I believe in you.
My lord,
Man, he just said he has no need of cowards. Well, yeah, what'd you expect?
Who defer critical missions to their subordinates, who hide within their castra, never meeting their prey in battle, never staring into the whites of their eyes.
Oh my god, yep. Okay, here we go. It's Mr. Horny for Violence himself.
Why? When confronted with a heretofore unknown icon, did we surrender the wall to the Alliance? Because my honored father, in his infinite wisdom, has not seen fit to grant us leave to march on their lands. Accordingly,
Very curious to see my opinion of
we have
Xenos.
extended
Oh,
an
I got opinions
invitation
about
to our
Xenos, let me
neighbors.
tell you.
Gir Abania is where we shall host them. The field upon which we shall enjoy the sport of kings.
So far, you have some choice words for him.
Patience
Yeah,
is
same.
paramount. Cornered animals may have spirit, but they are ultimately predictable and
Also,
very
ad starting in about a minute, chat.
But if one dangles the promise of freedom before them while nipping at their heels to stoke their passion, then things become interesting. It is a delicate dance, one which asks much of my hounds. And so I put the question to you, my fellow huntsman.
Actually, we're going to delay that ad.
Deal with these savages?
Let's snooze that one. There. No ad for 5 minutes, just so that we can get through this one. Fordula, hi! Hello.
My lord,
Hi
I
again.
have a proposal.
Silence, Alamegan! You do forget yourself!
Hey!
Only by the grace of Lord Van Baelsar were you afforded a place here, and that in name alone. We have no need of your proposals, savage.
Don't be shitty to Fordula. You like Fordula, though? Hey, good taste. Fordula is my favorite girl. Love her lots.
This savage yearns to hunt her own. The floor is yours, Commander.
Thank you, my lord.
Like where they've left her at the end of Stormblood base. She gets some very, very good stuff in both the Stormblood patches and then some stuff further on beyond that. I will not spoil things for you, but you will get more of Fordula, do not worry. Right then, I've got duties to attend to. Mayhap we could assist you with said duties? We are here to help, after all. The three of you have been busy, so I will understand if you require time to rest. If not, however, it would seem sensible to assist our allies with their preparations. Hello, Jet! Welcome, welcome! Hope you are having a good one today. We'd be grateful for any and all help you can offer if you ask around. I guarantee you won't want for work. How's 14 treating me? It's good. We are just barely starting Stormblood tonight, which I am real excited to make some progress in. Because I don't remember a ton about this expansion, honestly. How you doing, Jet? What were you playing today? Future Rust, Future Dust. I beg your pardon. The woman who bested Gaius Van Baelsar wishes to offer me her assistance. We're doing some Toho. Ooh, nice. Which ones? I say, this is highly irregular. Though I have heard it said you had a penchant for aiding the common man, in which case... Before the occupation, I was a humble historian. While my duties leave me scarce time for aught else, I think it important that these momentous events be recorded for the benefit of future generations. Primary sources are indispensable, and I had a mind to question a number of my fellow freedom fighters. Ask them their motivations for taking up this cause and so forth. 7, 11, then you got a 1cc in 10 and just tried to run 13. Ooh, nice! Congrats on your 1cc! Also, 11 is evil. I love it a lot, but it's nightmarish. You may take down their statements in this log. And, Dragonfruit, thank you for your service. Now and ever after. Oh god, we got a lot of people to go talk to. I honestly haven't played as much 13 as I would like. Played it like a couple times, but not a huge amount. Got a practice tool literally to finally once you see it. Nice, nice. You, why are you part of the Resistance? Why'd I join the Resistance? Well, if you must know, it was to avenge a friend the Imperials butchered before my very eyes, back in Alamigo. We owned a stall in the markets, and a passing soldier snatched up a piece of fruit. He spoke out before I could stop him, only to get a full of steel in the gut for his troubles. I found my way here, and that was that. You downloaded a mod that just changes Itsuho's art to flip you off. That's how that game feels a lot of the time. It do be like that. 7's great though. I love 7. Yeah. Toho's good. I do not get to play it as much as I would like, but it's a very fun franchise. Okay, now we have an ad starting in soonish. I was just a cook before all this. Simple fare, really. Had a chance to lend a hand and help feed some refugees one day. We had the Undertale mod for 7 tonight. Sans edit of Yukari and Megalovania. Oh no. Oh, wonderful. I took a liking to the fighters. They believed, you know? And there's always a need for cooks, or at least people who can work with whatever the foraging parties turn up. I guess there's three little quest chains we have to do before we go further. Interesting. Where'd I get that tank mount? It's really cute and appropriate for this X-Pack. Tank mount. Do you mean this tank? Or was it a different mount? This one? Oh, this is from the dwarf tribe quests in Shadowbringers. It is the mount that you get from getting their reputation high up. Why? Why indeed? To save lives, perhaps, or to make amends for the ones I couldn't. My father and my brothers were worked to death while building a castrum. What did it matter to the Garleans, eh? More where that lot came from. After that, I couldn't keep on doing nothing. But yeah, if you level crafters in Shadowbringers, then inevitably you will get it at some point if you do those tribes. Aren't you the Icon Slayer? Damned if I know why you'd bother asking someone like me why I joined the Resistance, but it's simple. If I wasn't fighting for Alamigo, I'd be fighting for the Empire. You're either with him or not, and if you're with him, you may as well make the most of it. Food, training, citizenship if you live long enough. You'll die stealing someone else's land, like as not, but that's the choice. But me, I'd rather die here. Why does it keep giving me all my giant mounts? I don't want that. Give me something compact. Thank you. Well met, Dragonfruit. Have you spoken with the freedom fighters as I asked? Sure did. Page after page of this log is filled with a flowing script. Doubtless Babes has had much practice honing his handwriting. As fascinating as they are varied. You have a knack for convincing others to bare their hearts to you. I could not have done better myself. Many years from now, when these tempestuous times pass into memory, their accounts will serve as a window into the struggle. We must never forget, my friend. Never. A dash of green. You want to help, do you? Seeing as how I'm in no position to leave the stew pot unattended, could you go and ask Tebe for a variety of herbs? 6 sprigs or so of whatever he's got on hand should suffice. It's not as haphazard as it may seem. Depending on the recipe, it doesn't really matter what you add, so long as you add something. I'll be here when you get back. Herbs, is it? 6 sprigs of whatever's on hand. Afraid I can't spare that much. You'll take 2 and be glad of it. Thanks. The remainder you'll have to gather yourself. Shouldn't be too much of a bother, though. You'd be surprised what you can find growing underfoot, even in the Reach. Oh, there's my rising mount. That's our first time getting that in the roulette. Oh. I do like that it has a little action. That's neat. Anyway, for those of you who do play Final Fantasy XIV, be sure to do the Rising event over in Ul'dah, and you can get one of these for yourself. Joshua. I think the Rising is still going on. Also, I will say that I really, really liked this year's Rising. There were a lot of neat ties to stuff from like 1.0 story-wise, which I was not expecting them to do. Really? Okay. That selects from all of my mounts, so I guess it just really wants us to use the Phoenix for now. Which, you know, fair. It's a cool looking Phoenix. I do like the colors of it. Okay, it's just that one last quest after we turn this in then. It's always weird that it doesn't let you take multiple quests when they diverge in New Game Plus, but I guess that kind of makes sense. Ah, there you are. Got those herbs I asked for. Reach greens. Precisely what type of herb this is remains unclear, but the important thing is that it is green and fragrant. Got you 6 grams of that Reach Green. Thanks, that'll do nicely. And, sorry to impose upon you, miss. Thought you were another new recruit. Didn't realize until after that you were, to answer the question that's probably on your mind, yes, it's always like this. Never enough food or supplies to go around. But what if it's poisonous? Well, hopefully it all gets boiled out when they cook it. All the more reason to be grateful when our countrymen can spare some for the cause. Though that comes at a cost too. Too many villages, too many children more deserving than us. But a man can't fight on an empty stomach, can he? So we partake, as we must, and we never lose sight of the dream. Another fitting mount for Stormblood. We've got Ixion twice in our roulette too today, so... Love that weird horse. Ye wayward brothers. You look like a strider in search of comrades in need. If so, I have a task for you. I am a trainer, and I was told to expect new recruits this eve. Yet nary a one has come. Perhaps they were given the wrong time or location, I do not know. They number 5 in all, these would-be warriors. Send them unto me, should you chance to find them. Can do. Really? The Phoenix is a little big. Thank you. This game really said you will look at this Phoenix. I know, I'm late. But I had to say a prayer for my sister first. After what the Imperials did to her, death was a mercy. Four more recruits to talk to. Fiery recruit. How you doing, buddy? Huh? Training? I was so busy practicing to impress the others that I completely forgot. Thank you. Good job, buddy. Brooding recruit. Ah, 1,000 pardons. So preoccupied was I by the question of whether Alamigo should be a monarchy or republic that I neglected to attend my training. How silly, I know. Until we drive the Imperials from our lands, the question is moot. I mean, it is a good question to keep in mind, though. You don't want to go into a violent revolution without a plan for the after. Earnest recruit. The teacher calls for me. I see. We were discussing strategies for disabling Magitech armor, you see, and... Ah, yes, of course, there's no time. If you would excuse me. Alrighty, where's that final recruit of ours? Hello, faint-hearted recruit. Oh, bugger, you were sent by the snake, weren't you? I heard 1 in 4 recruits doesn't live through their training. That can't be true, right? Oh, bugger. Well, don't worry, there's 5 of you. You can beat the odds. I know how probability works, probably. Goofy ass mount. All recruits are present and accounted for. My thanks to you, Strider. Not all appreciate the rigor with which I train my recruits. Some favor a gentler approach. As if the Imperials will be so kind. 'Tis a thankless job to teach, some say, but I say their survival is thanks enough. Fare you well. Hi, are we gonna go breach the Castellum now? Token of faith. Damn it all, where could it have got to? Oh, pardon me, fellow lover of freedom and justice. You haven't seen a ward of the Destroyer anywhere, have you? Maybe on the ground, as if a certain bloody fool had dropped it? Aye, I've been him. I had it this morning, that much I know for certain, and I've not left the Reach since, so it's got to be around here somewhere. If you've got a moment to spare, would you be willing to help me search? I spent some time near the Temple of the Fist earlier, so it might be there. As for me, I'll look around near the Officers' Pavilion. They're hardly rare, I know, and I could just as easily buy another, but even so, please help me find it. Okay. Wow, okay. I guess we're staying as the Phoenix for now. That's fine. Hey buddy, we found your thing. Don't lose it again. I swear I've searched high and low, but it just won't turn up. A paper ward inscribed with a prayer to the patron deity of Alamigo, Rolger. 7 hells, that's the one. That's my lucky ward. You're a godsend, sister. Before I was born, my mother made a pilgrimage to the Temple of the Fist, where she, like many others, received the blessings of the monks. And then Theodric came and burned it all to the ground, the mad bastard. And after him came the Garleans, who cared even less for our beliefs. But I still keep to the old ways, as do many others. And when my son is born, I'll teach him the stories and the scripture, as my mother taught me. Hi, Alfino. We ready? Crossing the Velodina. Oh yeah, we ready. And with that, another task is complete. Ah, dragon fruit. I hear you've been keeping busy. Aye, that she has, and we thank her for it. It pleases me to inform you that our new recruits have completed their initial training and stand ready to contribute. As discussed, Minago, I would have you present my proposal for an assault on Castellum Velodina to General Aldin personally. Of course, sir. Are you and yours planning to return to Castrum Oriens before the operation? If so, why don't we travel together? That seems a fine suggestion, but I must consult my comrades ere we depart. Very well. I will wait for you at the pass, but not too long. I agree, Moomin. I expect Kryl and Y'shtola will wish to remain here to support the Chirurgeons, but nevertheless, we should go and ask them. Time to go retake a bridge. Hi, Moomin. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. I agree, sir. You're very talkative. Yeah. It's Autumnis. I see. That would explain the sudden flurry of activity outside. This joint operation marks a turning point in our conflict with the Garleans. For the first time, the Resistance and the Alliance shall go on the offensive and attempt to capture an Imperial outpost in occupied territory. Personally, I believe it is imperative that we offer them our full support. As was the case with Ishgard, however, this is not a choice to be made lightly, nor less on others' behalves. This is war, and every scion must decide what part he or she would play. I'll fight. For Alamigo, for my father, for Ida. I'm in it to the end. The choice was made for us ere we were born, brother, when the Empire marched on Eorzea. They will stop at nothing to subjugate or slaughter us all. Van Baelsar and Van Darnus were but the first to try. Though your fervor is surprising, I cannot dispute your logic. At the risk of repeating myself, I am, of course, of the same mind. The present situation is untenable, and further complicated by the existence of Ilberd's primal. I believe we have no recourse but to directly and openly intervene. I thought this a foregone conclusion given our actions thus far, but if you require renewed affirmation, then yes, I am still wholly committed to this cause. For it is ultimately the self-same cause I have served since first I pledged to serve Master Louisoix in the Circle of Knowing, the salvation of Eorzea, by any means necessary. That said, I shall refrain from taking to the field on this occasion. There are many here who require further treatment, and doubtless more to come after. I came here for Minfilia, and that hasn't changed. However, I'd like to stay with Y'shtola for now and tend to the wounded. As for you, Dragonfruit, you are, to quote our dear friend Lord Edmund, the woman who slew Gaius Van Baelsar and some half-dozen primals besides. Your presence may well prove the difference between victory and defeat. Many look to you as a hero, and heap great expectations upon your shoulders. But you, like every scion, must decide for yourself. Oof. To be frank, Alvi, this isn't my fight? No. I'll fight. The Empire poses too great a threat. Indeed. As you have doubtless seen during your time in the outlying villages, their so-called meritocracy is but a pretext to torture and enslave their lesser subjects. Such is the fate that awaits us all should their expansion continue unchecked. Take care, Y'shtola, Kryl, and do not hesitate to contact us should you require assistance. Lise, I would ask that you would remain here by Conrad's side. We should go, or Monago will leave without us. Might I persuade you to join us, Dragonfruit? Should you wish to give your decision further consideration, Castrum Oriens would seem an apt place to do it. You need not answer right away. I am sure I can convince Monago to wait a little longer. Don't you worry, Alfie. I'm in this. So you will be accompanying us. Full glad am I to hear it. Hello, Lena. Welcome, welcome. You are just in time for good things. All set? Excellent. Then let us be off. Okay. Speak with Urbana Castrum Oriens. Can do. We've got a military operation to oversee. Oh yeah, yeah. You came at a good time. Welcome back, comrades. What news? Greetings, General. I am come at Commander Kemp's behest to brief you on the latest developments at the Reach. Our recruitment efforts have exceeded expectations. In addition to welcoming many motivated young Alamegans, our ranks have been bolstered by the arrival of a number of experienced veterans, thanks in large part to the efforts of the Scions. You forgot what comes up next? Oh, well, we will definitely succeed in our attempt to retake the bridge, for surezies. And then we'll go back to Rhalgr's Reach, and some things will happen. As a consequence, we are now able to field half a dozen new units, with more being trained as we speak. Good. I gather Conrad is eager to strike while the iron is hot? Just so, General. He proposes that we begin preparations for a joint operation to capture Castellum Velodina. Capture Velodina? That will not be easy. It will, however, be necessary if we are ever to push east towards the capital. There is no profit in delay. It is only a matter of time before the Garleans learn of our plans and summon reinforcements. The Alliance hereby accepts Commander Kemp's proposal. Tell him to take no chances. Bring every able-bodied Alamegan who can wield a weapon. Pippin, I want Velodina watched. Assess its defenses. Every fortress has a weakness, and I would know this one's. God, she's cute. Right? Monago is so good. Catgirl of all time, honestly. One of the catgirls of all time. If there is no objection, General, might the Scions join Marshal Terrapin? By all means. If that is all, let us be about it. Oh, that's a cool barding. What is that? Demonic barding. What is that from? Is that... I feel like that's a holiday event barding. Conrad and the General are of one mind, it seems. I only wish I could say the same. Yeah, cash out barding? Yeah, I figured. While this aggressive strategy may well profit us in the end, what losses will we suffer in the meantime? Anyway, we should speak with the Vice Marshal about this reconnaissance mission and see how he would like to proceed. You have the angelic version? Ooh, nice. Pippin, what are we doing? In Crimson it began. Thank you for volunteering to join me. This should be a fairly straightforward reconnaissance mission, so long as we do not have the ill fortune to run afoul of an Imperial patrol. Come. Our destination is beyond East End, just north of Velodina. Let's do it. Oh, we got the kitty cat. Hell yes. It's my favorite mount. Well, one of them. What a good beast. It is keep tea time. Love this BGM. Yeah. A lot of Alamigo has just killer background music. Alrighty. Time for Pippin EX. This ought to be close enough. Now we settle in for a long watch. That said, it would be prudent to keep your weapons at the ready in the event a passing patrol stumbles upon us, or worse. Upon reconnoitering Castellum Velodina, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. Let's fucking go!
Excellent. The disposition of the Imperial forces is exactly as expected. I will notify Father. Cannon fire! Where did it come from?
Oh.
Smoke! There! Is that... Oh gods, it's Relga's Reach.
Oh. That wasn't planned. How we doing, folks?
I think someone's jamming our communications.
You don't think... Could this be part of a coordinated attack?
You remember now? Yup. Yeah.
Too early to draw conclusions. We must abort the assault and return to the Reach at once.
Oh boy. That's a lot of skulls. Hi, Fortula. I support women's wrongs.
Forward! Forward! Give them no quarter!
You!
Traitor! Kinslayer!
Oh, hold up. Does Mephra die? I don't remember.
You're no kin of mine!
Oh. You're upsetty about this part? Yeah. I knew that there was one major resistance member who died. I did not know if it was Mephra as well. You're upsetty about this part? Yeah. Also, ad starting in like a minute. I'm so sorry, chat. Yeah, she sucked for a bit. Uh-huh. She's in her war crimes era. Doesn't suck as much as this guy, though.
Well, well. Stand aside, Pilus. This one has promise.
Nice golf bag, idiot.
Have a care, my lord. She's not like the others.
Do not disappoint me, girl.
Best villain
or
time.
I'll kill you.
Second best. That's true.
Seven hells.
It's a golf bag.
Xenos.
That's what it is.
The Viceroy? Oh, you are a dead man! Ah!
So spirited, and yet so empty.
Xenos? Could you think he's Jetstream Sam with that setup? Truly. Her line reads Hero So Choice. There's some real good voice acting. No, the ads. I'm so sorry. Xenos was so fun in Dissidia NT. I wish I wanted to play that game more than I do/did. Because I feel like if it was good, like Duodecim, then I would have liked it. Right? If only it wasn't NT, that would have been cool. Oh, kitty cat, no.
Yashala!
This hurts the cat badly.
Hold the line, Byrolga! Hold the line!
See, that I remembered. One v1s were so fun, at least. One of the few fighters you actually want a tournament of? Ooh, nice.
Kryl!
Alphino!
We saw the smoke and thought we heard explosions. Are we under attack?
Okay, we all free from ads now, maybe?
The
OBS says
Imperials
it should
were
be
all
done.
over us before we realized
I'm so
what was
sorry.
happening. No one knew where to run or what to do. It was chaos. Lisa and Master Kemp rallied the guards
Wait,
and
what?
brought us enough time to get some of the wounded to safety, but I haven't seen either of them since.
Quirrell, why ain't your mouth moving?
Confound it! If we lose the reach, this will
That
all
was
have
a
been for
very
naught.
weird bug.
Arenvold, can you escort these people to the wall?
Aye, sir.
Good man.
Our place is at the Reach. We must offer such aid and succor as we are able. Saving lives is now our paramount concern.
Arenvold, yes, he's so good.
If we can hold back the Imperials until Father sends reinforcements,
love that man.
we may yet turn the tide.
I'll join you. I've done all I can for these people, and you'll be crying out for a healer in there.
This is true. I am not running as a healer right now.
I fear you're right. Come, there is no time to lose.
So things are bad at Rhalgr's Reach. Hate the resistance and find your comrades. Yes, please. Get out of here.
It's all over now!
We're very not ready for the power scaling here. Yeah, this is a very interesting instance because I think it's the first, like, unless I'm wrong. I mean, I guess there's kind of the La Habrea fight does this too, at least the reworked version of it, but it's kind of the first mandatory loss fight that we get in 14. Which is something that didn't really happen prior to Stormblood. I think you're so strong, Concentravity. God, for real though. I don't remember where I saw it, but there was a really good write-up on, like, the way that the Warrior of Light's power scales throughout Stormblood and how that relates to Concentravity as an attack. Because by the end of the expansion, it's just another raid wipe that you just deal with. Which is neat. Played healer so you could have continued fighting for longer, but yeah, I was a tank, so like, I was doing fine. Game said no though. You've seen this and forgot where it came from too? It stuck with you? Yeah. I'm glad you know the post I'm talking about, because it's a good one. No Blade Wolf. Or Spear Wolf, for that matter. Oh, hi, Fortula!
Rebel scum!
It's nice to meet you too. little rude. There we go. Yo, we gotta go.
So long. Alphino, I need your help.
My lord, the prisoners!
See to your men, Pylus.
Let's go.
As you command, my lord.
I didn't realize they used the Diabolos theme here. That's an interesting music choice, but I like it.
Your friends were a disappointment. But you will entertain me, will you not?
Yeah, I'll be plenty entertaining, asshole. Let's dance. Hello, Xenos Galvus. If we kill him here and now, we can end this.
As one!
Sure. I have no need for this rabble.
Be gone!
Oh. Oof. Yeah, it hits hard. At least now. Oh.
Give me something to remember.
Out of here. Ooh, no thanks. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Ow. Bro, I'm a caster. You can't do this to me. Oh, out of here with that shit. No, thank you. This ends now, does it? Okay, yeah, maybe this does end now. 2 hits from Concentravity. How you doing, girly? Who? Well. Yeah, get your sword broken, asshole.
Pathetic.
Don't remember why the sword breaks. I think it's just from like overuse in the fight, and also that it's just like a shitty sword. Nah, you can take him, Raban. You got this, I believe in you.
Shall we give chase, General?
Nay. There this day. See to the wounded.
Aye, sir.
You all right, lass?
No. That was his first unnamed sword, the one he replaces with Ame no Habakiri. Yeah. I think my pride might have taken a knock.
Tis no ordinary foe could best the likes of you.
You are correct.
Don't you die on me, Ashola! Hold on! Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Ame and the unnamed sword
Alphino,
specifically are the
Master
ones he
Kemp is
uses
all
for
yours.
concentravity. Oh, okay.
Understood.
That makes sense. So I guess the unnamed sword just could not handle concentravity. Too much for that poor blade.
Don't just stand there gawping. Hold her down while I work.
I'm a healer too. I got physic.
The worst is past, but without the proper facilities, I can do no more.
Look, at this level, physics better
Master
than
Kemp
nothing.
too would be better served in the infirmary.
Probably.
Let us take them there without
Kind
delay.
of.
Give us a hand, would you, Lise?
Good job healing 32 of Stolla's HP.
Of course.
Don't know if physic is enough to
I
put
know
two
you must
halves
be
of cat
exhausted,
back
but
together.
there will be others who need our
Oh,
help.
but we can try.
Leave these two to us and look to the other wounded.
Like that the scene actually makes you contribute as a healer, though the timing of demanding you do something right after you got slashed is maybe not the most ideal. Heaven's Ward makes you contribute now during that scene, apparently. Oh, I think they did rework that, yeah. You did well, Dragon Fruit. You saved lives. No matter what happens, remember that. Now then, let's do what we can for the wounded. Every minute counts. The fires fade. See to the wounded, Dragon Fruit. If they live, help them. If not, move on. Aid the wounded. God, I love Stormblood. It's a good expansion. Everyone get through, or make way. The emergency services cat coming through. Meffred lies motionless, having breathed his last. Clenched in his fist is a small charm, which you take for safekeeping. He was already cold when I got to him. There was naught I could do. That charm must have been important. You'd best take it to Conrad. Minago? Meffred? Where are you? Meffred's charm. A small wooden charm Meffred clenched in his fist as he breathed his last. If I'm remembering right, Cookies is in the Stormblood patches, I think? This is... He's dead, isn't he? Mefred was a warrior, always thinking about others before himself. He once had an Imperial patrol chase him nigh on 20 malms so that his wounded would have time to escape. His comrades loved him for it, of course, though that only made him worry more. Did you know that he sent his men in Quarry Mill away because he thought they were fighting for him and not the cause? Aye, well he did. The only life he was willing to risk was his own, you see. But that's exactly the kind of man who should be leader. The kind of man who deserves to survive, not an old fool who's all used up. There's no logic to it, Master Kemp. There never is. Who stands, who falls. In the heat of battle, we can but do our best, as he did. Mefred will be sorely missed, aye. But because of his sacrifice, many now live who otherwise would not. And they need us, now more than ever. Did Alfino really just war is hell this man? Uh-huh, sure did. Aye, that they do. Forgive me. I had high hopes for him, is all. Really wish they let Mefred join the Scions. It would have been really cool to have a character you directly assisted so early on stay with you. Yeah, that would have been nice. Upsetty, yeah. That's how you feel about Edda? Oh, well... You know? You know what? Let Edda join the Scions. We can fix her. Our defeat was no near thing. It was total. A humiliation. We were powerless to withstand our enemy's assault. But we cannot afford to dwell on our failure. Edda did nothing wrong. As Alfino said, it is those who survived whom we must think of now. Don't look into it too hard. It's true. Rhalgr's Reach is no longer safe. The Imperials may have withdrawn, but they could return at any time to finish what they began. We dare not remain here. Those who are not fit to make the journey to Castrum Oriens will need to be taken by chocobo carriage. Agreed? Good. I shall oversee preparations for the carriages. In the meantime, I would have you scour the infirmary for any supplies that might prove useful during the journey. Forgive me, but it is imperative that I continue preparing medicines for the wounded. If you desire treatment, I must ask that you seek it elsewhere. Oh, I see. In that case, you are free to search the barber and take that which you require. I would not have our people dying en route. I would assist you, but this process demands my undivided attention. In rare time and weather combinations, you can find Edda in the city-states. Yes, I am aware of that. I know that once you've done all her questline stuff and like completed Tamtara hard, then like you can find Edda's ghost from time to time. I've never had it happen though. Avera's death broke her, yeah. Edda was 16, y'all. 16. Like, that poor girl. Her party members were absolute jerks at the time. Uh-huh. No support. Look, we could have fixed her, is what I'm saying. Avera was also so rude and horrid to her. Uh-huh. Okay, no, now I'm fully on. We should have fixed Edda. Right after Tamtara, you send that girlie to the Waking Sands. She's fine. That rat bastard Pyoreo getting haunted. Good. Uh-huh. Captain Gelato. Marshal Terrapin said you might have something for me. An assortment of potions and potables that may prove invaluable in keeping the wounded alive on the journey back to Castrum Oriens. 12 be praised. This should put the driver's hearts at ease. Tell the Vice Marshal we await his orders. Y'shtola and the others are safely strapped in. Don't worry, I'll be by her side the entire time. Thank you, Kryl. I'll walk alongside. They'll need protection in case the Garleans try anything. Hang on. You're injured too, aren't you? Shouldn't you be in one of the carriages? I'm not so frail that I can't make the trip on my own. Besides, there's still work to be done here. I'll see you at the wall when it's finished. As you wish. Then let us set forth at once. We shall move as quickly as our comrade's health allows. To Castrum Oriens. Thank you, Stormblood quest completion theme. Divide and conquer. You saved a good many of my men, and I cannot thank you enough for that. But the fact remains, our forces were decimated. In this state, we'll not be mounting an assault on Castellum Villadina or anywhere else. Best completion theme, it's very good, is the thing. We need to be honest with ourselves about our prospects. But first, we need to put our affairs here in order. Afterwards, I'll join you all at Castrum Oriens. Understood. We will go and speak with General Aldin. Never understood why Stormblood was the only time they give us a quest jingle that was also a leitmotif. That's a good question. Pippin has already departed with the wounded, has he? Good. We've completed our search of the Reach and the surrounding area. As far as we can tell, Xenos and his men returned straight away to Specula Imperatoris after quitting this place. It would seem he's lost interest in us. Which brings us to the most troubling question of all. Not how he found us, but why he chose to spare our lives having done so. In war, you kill or capture your enemy. You don't leave him to fight another day. Only a fool would turn his back and walk away, but Xenos is no fool. Whatever his motive, this is neither the time nor the place to think on it. I will leave a token force to watch over the Reach. The rest will fall back to Castrum Oriens. We can discuss our path forward there. Hi, Lise. Kryl is with Y'shtola. She still hasn't woken up, but Grial says she's through the worst. Given the severity of her wound, we could have hoped for no more. Let us pray she makes a full recovery. We lost a lot of good people, didn't we? I saw it happen. When that Skull's commander cut down Mefrid. A single blow and that was it. Everything he fought for. All his hopes and dreams for the future. Gone in an instant. And do you want to know the worst part? It wasn't a Garlean who did it. It was an Alamegan. Gods help me if I ever... No, not now. Not while the general's waiting. Oh, Lise.
Were it not for the swift actions of the Scions and the Alliance, many more would have died. You risked your lives to save ours.
It was not the
And for
Ascians,
that,
but
we thank
Nybeth
you.
started exerting his corruption right after the loss of Aver, so there was sort of a targeted attack.
There is no need for thanks.
Oh,
We are
poor
allies, are we
girlie.
not?
Again.
Aye, just so.
Send her to the Waking
Let us not
Sands.
dwell on this tragedy, but look to the future.
Minfilia will take good care of her.
The future? I'm sorry, General, but there is no future for us. We've lost too many. Gods, I can still see Mefrid with that woman standing over him. They've ripped the heart out of us, General. They've broken us. Our fight is over.
Master Kemp, please.
I'll always hate them with every fiber of my being. For what they took from us then and now. Our homeland, our freedom, our bloody children.
You mean the Skulls? The youths who fight for Xenos?
Ah, okay. She did nothing wrong. Yes, exactly.
Grania Lupi, the Black
Mhm.
Wolf's legacy
Yep.
and our shame. A
Oh,
unit
that
made up
poor
of
girl.
children born to Alamegan dignitaries who came of age during the occupation. Sons and daughters of Gir Abania, raised to be proud citizens of the Empire, with all the rights and responsibilities that entails. It'd be easy to curse them and call them traitors, but they're our children. Our flesh and blood. If the only way to forge the future we want is to cut down our own, then...
Then what was it all for?
Nargo?
What will you say to the families of the fallen? To the mothers, and the widows, and the orphans? Will you tell them it was all for nothing?
Listen to the girl. We dare not suffer our comrades' sacrifices to have been in vain. Now is the time to steel our resolve and press on, painful though it may be.
And when Xenos comes back with his army, what then? This isn't the first time, you know. You'll be hard-pressed to find men brave or stupid enough to face him again.
I still can't believe how strong he was. He humiliated us back there. The Warrior of Light included. Gods help us if he's next in line to the Garlean throne.
Get his ass, Nago, right?
Loath though I am to say it, we should not be surprised. Before succeeding Van Baelsar in
I'm so
Almeida,
sorry.
Xenos led the Imperial
did,
army to Doma, where he crushed
My
the
OBS
rebellion
decided not
utterly.
to warn me that time, but...
As a matter of fact, Doma remains in his charge to this day. Suffice it to say, Varus's heir is a peerless warrior and an accomplished general. The question is, how are we to contend with such a foe?
I have a feeling you're about to tell us. We take the fight to Doma.
Interesting. You are suggesting we
Hey,
kindle the
thank
flames
you
of
so much for the
revolution in
4
Doma
months,
once more and force
peeps.
Xenos to fight a war
Much
on two fronts.
appreciated. Also, welcome, welcome.
For that, there would need to be someone left to fight on this front by the time you got back. Look, I'll not deny the plan as promised. And I feel for our brothers and sisters in Doma, truly I do. But I fear we lack the strength to see it through.
Have faith in your people, Master Kemp. Them and the Scions. Hold fast, rebuild, and when all is in place, we shall defeat Xenos together.
You said it,
If you're going
Robon.
to Doma, I'm coming too. I want to help our friends there. And make sure nothing like this ever happens again.
Give us the time we need, and we will give you something far greater.
Very well. For all you have done for us, we will fight on. But be swift, comrades. Alamigo has suffered enough.
It goes without saying, but the Scions alone have not the strength to topple a provincial government, here or anywhere else. And I'm quite certain the same can be said of the Doman Liberation Front. Nevertheless, we can but go and assess the situation for ourselves and see what can be done. Lest you doubt what good we few can accomplish, I would remind you that my grandfather and his 12 disciples once journeyed to these lands to save Eorzea and her people from certain doom. Brave souls with an impossible task, and Eorzea lives on. Our present mission may not be as monumental in scope, but it is no less important to the multitudes whom we would free from Imperial oppression, whom we will free. Lies, damn lies, and pirates. Where men go as one, there is life, and where there is life, there is cause to hope. Our grandfather believed that, and so do I. But before we can forge ties with our friends in the Far East, we must first find a way to reach them. Authard is not exactly over the river and through the woods. I am one step ahead of you, dear sister, or rather, Tataru is. But before we discuss that, there is another issue I wish to address. Much as I would like it if we could all make this journey together, someone will need to remain to serve as liaison to the Alliance and the Resistance during this critical period. Moreover, as Y'shtola cannot be left unattended, then I should obviously remain. Very well, issue addressed. You know, Alfino, it would have been quicker just to ask, and markedly less patronizing. Yes, I suppose, would you be willing to look after Y'shtola and provide support to our involved in the others? Finally, almost at 100k Koban? Wow, you've been hoarding those. Yes, Alfino, I would. You see, that wasn't so hard, was it? Enjoy your trip, and don't you dare return with a gift. Oh, I would not dream of it. Thanks, Nya. Excellent while we're reading dialogue, Nya. Okay, I gotta finish all sentences with Nya for the next 3 minutes, Nya. This is my hell of my own choosing, Nya. Right then, Nya. Sister, dragon fruit, Lys, Nya. Gather your things, Nya. We are for Limsa Lominsa, Nya. Not so many Koban now, Nya. Speak with Alfino and Limsa Lominsa, Nya. Limsnya Lominsnya? Yeah, Nya, that's the name of the city, Nya. I mean, 3 minutes is perfect, Nya, because I'm thinking that we might cut it off after this next quest, Nya. Good lord, there are so many people here, Nya. It is a Tuesday night, Nya. But it's also Limsa, Nya. I guess that makes sense, Nya. Anyway, Nya, we will likely be cutting it off after this quest, Nya, because I would like to do the Siren Song Sea and then the journey over to Kugane and the Ruby Sea on the next stream, Nya. Just kind of as one chunk, Nya. Music roll vendor, Nya. Are there tracks here that I don't have, Nya? Nope, I got all of those, yeah. Limsa is banging, yeah, right, yeah? It's poppin' tonight, yeah. Tataru should be here any moment with our ship's captain, yeah. Yeah, last patch added it, yeah. There's one in every main city now, yeah. Ooh, that's nice, yeah. So we're going by sea after all, yeah. Is Merylvib leading us our pick of the Crimson Fleet, yeah? Not exactly, yeah. You are right in as much as we will be traveling by sea, yeah. Regrettably, it is simply not feasible for an airship to travel such a distance without impossibly large fuel reserves, to say nothing of the inevitability of running afoul of the Empire's aerial defenses, yeah. But then it is equally infeasible to sail an Eorzean alliance vessel halfway around the world without the Empire taking notice, nya. Which leaves us with only one other option, nya. Ah, speak of the devil, nya. Sorry to keep you waiting, nya. May I present to you Captain Carvalane of the Kraken's Arms, nya. The gayest pirate in Limsa, nya. The Kraken's Arms, nya. Don't tell me you made a deal with pirates, nya. Greetings and salutations, scions, nya. I take it from your comrade's tone that you no longer wish to proceed with our proposed arrangement, nya? Not at all, Captain, nya. Pray forgive my sister her outburst, nya. She has ever been one to speak her mind, nya. I, on the other hand, am the very soul of discretion, as many well-respected personages would attest, from the offices of the Admiral to the high houses of Ishgard, nya. Ah, but where was I, nya? Oh, yes, nya. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn do indeed still wish to employ your services, nya. However, it is important that you are aware of certain extenuating circumstances, nya. And intent on securing passage to the Far East, you came to us, knowing us to be the proud purveyors of said region's finest spices, nya. Which you steal from gods-fearing merchants out on the high seas, nya. Whatever privateering the Kraken's Arms may or may not engage in is strictly within the limits of the law, as set forth by our indefatigable keeper of the peace, nya. More to the point, we are pragmatists, nya. I see considerable risk in aiding your cause and negligible profit, nya. Now is not the time, Alice, nya. Well, I, for one, think the captain has a point, nya. The Five Seas can be extremely treacherous, and many a poor, unfortunate soul has come to grief out there on the waves, nya. Why, when we were in Ishgard, I heard the tragical tale of how the heir to House Durandère vanished at sea, nya. Even now, nearly 20 years later, the poor count remains convinced that his son still lives, and would pay a sultan's ransom for news of his whereabouts, nya. Love this part. Tataru, I love you so much, girly. She's so good. Also, that's been 3 minutes. Thank you for attending Cat Talk with Per. Forgot about this? Yeah! Tataru blackmails his ass. It's great. Truly a tragedy for the ages, and a testament to the misfortunes that may befall us should we act without due consideration. But so long as you are prepared to abide by the capricious whims of fate, I am willing to oblige you this once. That said, in light of the recent rebellion, I trust you understand that I cannot deliver you to Doma itself. I can only take you as far as Kugane in Hingashi. We will require time to procure sufficient provisions and make ready for departure. I humbly suggest you do the same. Suddenly, all those hours Tataru passed cavorting and capering at the Forgotten Night seem rather better spent, do they not? That said, I intended to press the point more obliquely, and there was something disconcerting about the pleasure Tataru took in making Captain Carvalane squirm. her little wave by, like, yeah, that's what I thought, asshole. She's so good. Love Tataru. Okay. We are going to call it here for this first leg of Stormblood. Next time we will be getting into the Siren Song Sea, headed over to Kugane, and I will shoot to complete, hopefully we'll complete the Ruby Sea and do like zone completion, like we did with Heaven's Ward, so that's the plan for next time. Thank you all so much for coming tonight. I know it was a little impromptu stream, but I'm glad that y'all came through. We will be back with Final Fantasy XIV on Friday. Tomorrow we will be doing some more Baldur's Gate 3, which I'm very excited for. And then on Saturday we have our 1-year anniversary stream, which I've got a couple things planned for. We'll see how it goes. You know, we might just vibe. It'll be a chill time regardless. And again, it is wild to think that it has already been a full year. So, let's see who's online right now. Oh, Bonnie's on. It looks like she's playing some Elden Ring. So we were gonna go say hi to a real cool vampire queen. And then I will see some of y'all for Baldur's Gate tomorrow. And yeah, we'll be back with more Stormblood on Friday. We'll have the Siren Song Sea and then also the Pool of Tribute to do in terms of like group content if people want to come along for that. So yeah, let's go say hello to Bonnie. And until then, I hope that you all have a wonderful and relaxing rest of your evenings. Take care, everyone.